What's up, guys? It's your boy Buzz, and I'm back with another episode of the Uncensored. Another domino has fallen in free agency. Well, not free agency, off-season trades in the NBA. Kristaps, I always get that nigga name wrong. Kristaps Porzingis has been traded to the Boston Celtics, sending Malcolm Brogdon over to the Clippers and Marcus Morris to the Wizards. And I'm hearing as well a pick is going as well. The 30th pick will be included in the deal. But the deal overall, it's kind of interesting, and it's not good. It's good and not good at the same time. And here's why. Let's start off with the obvious Boston Celtics scenario. Kristaps Porzingis pairing up with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Now, it's good. Why? Because Kristaps Porzingis is a beast. He is an absolute beast. He can shoot the three. He can drive. He has a post game. The only thing you really can't do is pass, but even that is underrated because he's a nice passer. He's not great, but he's a nice passer for his size. I think he can even help Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to move away from that, ISO game. They need a big to pick and pop like they usually do with Al Horford. But Al Horford's consistency is kind of going down, age, attrition, all of that. So they got a younger guy up in there now, taking that range. That's better for Tatum, and Brown to move away from that ISO game more into pick and rolls and act and screens and actions and stuff like that. Get themselves easier shots. And Boston's defense was already good. It's better now. Obviously, Kristaps Porzingis, he's a defensive beast as well. He can move, slide those puppies, as they say. He's a great shot blocker. He has length. So I see it's all positives for the Celtics. But the negative is that they lost a facilitator, a playmaker in Malcolm Brogdon. And Kristaps Porzingis is always prone to injuries. So what if, I'm not knock wood, hypothetically, he gets injured before the playoffs or during the run, or you see what I'm saying? It shatters the whole season. And I get it. Anyone can get injured at any given point in time. But he's more likely to get injured than others. And that's literally what has derailed Kristaps Porzingis all his career, because the talent was always there. That was never questioned. The talent was there. The work ethic was there. The drive was there. It was just the injury-prone habits that Kus always had in his career. But let's go over to how it looks on the Clippers side. The Clippers, well, they got Malcolm Brogdon. They got a nice point guard to run from with Kawhi and PG. You see, the only way this is good for the Clippers, and they can even switch it with Russ starting now and Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench and all those type of stuff. But the only way this will work for the Clippers, there's one way and one way only. Paul George and Kawhi have to be available. The same story we had last year. The same story we had 2 years ago. 3 years ago. The same story. If Paul George and Kawhi are not healthy and are not on the court, it doesn't matter how much times the Clippers make these great acquisitions, because they have the GOAT, Jerry West, there. They'll keep making these deals, but it will never really equate to anything unless Paul George and Kawhi are there. Because those guys are really the earth shifters. Those guys are the night walkers, as they would say. Those guys make the things happen. They need to be there. So unless they're there, then this move is not good. I don't see any negatives with it. It'll help the squad even if they're not there. More depth, all of that into play. But Kawhi and Paul George need to be there. And now the Washington Wizards, the most irrelevant franchise in NBA right now. The state of affairs concerning basketball in the nation's capital is awful, man. It's just atrocity to behold. First, you gave Bradley Beal an outstanding contract. Then you put a no-trade clause into his deal, which furthermore he waived, left the franchise. John Wall been left the franchise. You're stuck with Kyle Kuzma now. So what's the future? What's the direction? Kyle Kuzma? The team's going to be built around Kyle Kuzma. And don't get me wrong, Kyle Kuzma is a nice player. He has upside. But we're not seeing Kyle Kuzma take that next step. Last year we saw some growth, but that next step, that number one type player, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he should be in the MVP standards or anything like that, but at least all-star. Let us see you as an all-star in this league. You know what I'm saying? Because he got talent. So let's just see you as an all-star or a number one option. What can you do throughout the regular season? Because I'm not going to playoffs. The Washington Wizards are going to be struggling to go into the play-in. I mean, they're going to be in the mix because we have a play-in, but they're going to be struggling. Kristaps Porzingis left them out there to die. Literally, I'm not even going to be surprised if they finish last in the NBA or last in the East. I'm not going to be surprised. Detroit is going to be better than them with that young talent. And now they got Monty Williams. Toronto is always fighting. The Bulls are going to be better. Hopefully Lonzo will come back and all of that. But the Washington Wizards, the most irrelevant franchise in basketball. I mean, get them out of there. Just come out the league. Sell the team. You know, you guys have been atrocious for years and years and years and years and years. The last time people talked about the nation's capital was when Gilbert Arenas was there. So, just get them out of there. And I'll be out of here until more news come up, guys. It was your boy Buzz. Peace.